Hello everyone, welcome back to your trusted Sudoku channel, Dave T. Today I'm finally going to teach you a new technique after a few months of inactivity. First of all, I want to apologize for this year and a half without uploading Sudoku videos to the channel. I don't know what happened, I don't have a good excuse to explain it to you, so how about we just start with the technique right away. This technique is very simple, and even more if you already watched my video about naked pairs and about naked triples, this technique is naked quadruples. To explain this technique to you, as always, we're going to start with a Sudoku. I am going to fill in the pencil marks, we always do that, and we are going to start solving it until we get to a point where I can explain the technique to you. To solve it, we're going to use naked singles, like here. Hidden singles, like here. We're going to use the techniques from the previous videos, which if you haven't watched them, you can watch after you finish watching this video. The links will be in the description. Perfect. We got to a point in the Sudoku where I can now explain to you with an example what naked quadruples are. Just like with naked pairs, we had two cells inside a house that had exactly the same two candidates, and with naked triples we had three cells that had the same three candidates. Now we're going to look for four cells inside the same house that shared between them the same four candidates. And right now there is a quadruple in the Sudoku. We have it up here, which would be this 1 5, 1 6, 1 5 6 8, and 1 5 6 8. So if you realize it, the only four numbers that these four cells share are the numbers 1, 5, 6, and 8. Those four numbers are not necessarily in all four cells, but they are shared. And by having a quadruple, we can apply the same technique that we applied with triples or with pairs. And that is that in this house that these four cells share, which would be this first box in the top left, in that house, we can erase all the other candidates with those numbers. We can erase every candidate 1, 5, 6, and 8 that is in that same house. I'll leave you the explanation right now. Alright, we're going to do the explanation with a small example of the cases that can happen here. For example, up here we have the number 1 and 5 as possible candidates. Let's see what happens in the case where I place the number 1 here. If I place the number 1 here, then in the cell down here I am left with the number 6. And here we have the possibility of placing the 5 or the 8 in either of those two cells. This would be a naked pair. And what we know with those naked pairs is that in this house, the 5 and the 8 are already reserved for those two cells, which means that in any other cell in this house that has a 5 or an 8, we can erase them. And at the end, in this first case, this box is left like this. Now, let's look at another possibility. Let's place the number 5 on top and let's see what would happen. We are left with the possibility of placing the 1 and the 6 down here, and we have two cells for the 1, 6, and 8 and the 1, 6, and 8. What we know from the naked triple video is that we have a triple here, and we know that when the Sudoku is finished, the numbers 1, 6, and 8 are going to be spread across those three cells in any order, but nowhere else inside the box, so we can eliminate the 1s, 6s, and 8s from the other cells. This is how it would look in this second attempt. Let's look at another one. What would happen if we placed, for example, the 1 down here? We're left with the 5 on top, and we have a case where the 8 and 6 are a naked pair. I can eliminate all the 8s and all the 6s from the other cells, and this case would be left like this. Looking at all the possible variations, we realize that it doesn't matter whether the 1 or the 5 goes here, it doesn't matter which of these four numbers goes here, whether the 1 or the 6 goes here, and the same here in the middle cell. In every scenario, we always erase all the candidates 1, 5, 6, and 8 from the other cells that share this box, because the numbers 1, 5, 6, and 8 are already reserved for this quadruple. That is precisely the theory behind quadruples, but so that you understand it better, I am going to show you another example. I'm making a very quick pause in this video because I've been working on something made specifically for all of you who made it to this part of the video, because that tells me that you're interested in what I'm showing you, and I know you're really going to like this surprise. It's a digital book that I know you're going to like a lot, because first of all, it has all the basic Sudoku techniques explained one by one with examples so you can review everything you've learned from my videos. But what makes it special is that I've realized that when you want to practice one particular Sudoku technique, it's very hard to find a Sudoku that forces you to use that technique. Therefore, what I did is that after each technique that I explained by chapters, I put 5 Sudokus that absolutely need that technique to be solved. That way, you make sure that you are definitely going to be able to practice what you just learned, no matter what. Also, at the end, you're going to find 80 Sudokus that are divided by difficulty level and that are going to challenge you to use all the basic techniques in order to solve them. You can print this book to play it on paper, or you're also going to find downloadable files to play the Sudokus on the computer with the program that I use, which is Simple Sudoku, and it's not expensive at all. So I am really excited to tell you about this because you always find Sudokus arranged by difficulty, but it's very rare to find Sudokus arranged by techniques. But in this digital book, you're going to find exactly that so that you can practice all the techniques that I have taught you. So for you to get it, I am leaving the link in the card that is showing up in the description and in the comments of this video. I hope you like it, and now yes, let's continue. Alright, in this other Sudoku, we have another example of what naked quadruples are. Obviously, more techniques can still be applied to solve what you can see here, but since we have a naked quadruple, I am going to show it to you. It is down here, it is the 2, 4, 6, and 8 that we have here, which is shared with this cell, and this cell. In this case, we're talking about the house of the bottom row of the Sudoku. So in this row, the 2, 4, 6, and 8 are shared across these 4 cells, which means that in any other cell in this row, which would be this one, neither the 4 nor the 8 can be there because they are already reserved for this quadruple. So we can eliminate those pencil marks, and in this case, it just gave us the number 1 in this particular row. And if you understood up to this point what I just explained to you about quadruples, now you're going to do 3 things. I am going to leave you this Sudoku with the pencil marks already done so that you can find a quadruple that is in this Sudoku right now and comment it below. Then click here to subscribe to the channel, and lastly, watch the next video where I'm going to show you where the quadruple was in this Sudoku and teach you another Sudoku technique. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.